It's not a stranger, it's your recent college graduate. According to a study by TD Ameritrade, your son or daughter could be moving back to their old bedrooms. More than 1/4 of millennials in college say after they graduate, they plan to go back to mom and dad's house. Our money man, Dan, is in the house. Wait, how many kids do you have in college right now?
I've got one in medical school, one in college, one on the way to college, one in the military.
Are there rooms still available and open?
Which one is in the military?
My son. He's a Navy pilot.
Get out. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Isn't that cool?
Awesome. Very cool.
How old were you when you moved out of your Ninja Turtle bedroom for good?
When I graduated high school.
How old were you when you left the Disney princess bedroom?
17, never gone back.
Well, 26% of college grads this year say they're planning to move back home
Because of?
well, student loans.
I knew it.
Yeah. So as they leave the quad with student loans the size of Wyoming, they're moving back into mom and dad's basement.
How much are we talking in student loans?
Average student loan this year is about 32 grand. That's what the average debt is for the average graduate. Now, many have much higher than that because, as you know, some graduate with no debt. So there's a lot of kids graduating with 100 grand in student loans.
I have a friend, a very close friend. She has a 6-figure student loan.
Wow. Now, but
Ouch, right?
that really hurts. But here's the interesting thing. There's this cultural shift. 30% of college students say that they would not be embarrassed living at home at age 30.
Really?
Yes. Ready for this?
Oh, come on.
Ready for this? 10% of college students say they would not be embarrassed living at home at age 35.
Okay, wait.
So it's really this it's a cultural shift.
Okay, as a parent, though,
Yeah.
do you feel like I'm helping set my son or daughter up for success by allowing them to pay off their loans and save money? Or do you feel like you should have to go out and figure it out?
So this is the great question. This is the conundrum that all middle-class families find themselves in right now. So we as parents, we want to help, but we don't want to be enablers.
Right.
So there's a few rules, a few tips that we can do as parents to help them get off of our payroll onto someone else's payroll, right?
Their own.
The first thing, their own payroll. The first thing is you got to set those expectations, maybe even a contract. I know parents who actually write a contract with their kids and say, look, here's the timeline.
Okay.
Here's what you're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Here's our responsibilities, right, in terms of paying for things and work around the house. Having mom do your laundry at age 30 is not cool.
It's not okay.
It's not okay, all right? That's a failure to launch. So the second thing you want to do as a parent is insist on some kind of work. All work is God's work, even if it's part-time. So you don't want to hear the excuse as a parent, I can't find a job within my major. Sorry, go out and find a part-time job.
Oh, what are the kids, what if they hit you with the excuse of, but I'm in school?
Yeah, so as long as they're still in school and you as a parent want to help, there's no problem with that. But again, work part-time. All my kids worked part-time from the time they were 16. You and I always had jobs when we were kids, right? It's a good thing. Work is a good thing. And the last tip is, look, the reality is that this is the new norm. 32% of millennials, folks aged between 19 and 35, are living at home right now. It's a record number. So this is the new norm. And what you want to do is you want to help them get out of this at some point. Charge rent? Well, what I would suggest, parents, is if you're going to charge some rent, which is not a bad idea, tuck that money away. Either put it toward their student loans or save it up so that at some point you can then help them launch with that little down payment.
So it could be a win-win.
Exactly. What you want to do is enable them to get out, not enable them to stay forever.
To stay forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Since we talked about kids, we've talked about your wife. What was the one characteristic that attracted you to the First Lady?
Oh, I can't say this on TV.
Well, you have to, because we're talking about a new study that reveals what men are looking for. So I said with Sean, I said eyes, body, personality, job.
So my wife, you know my wife.
I know
she is
her very
tall,
well.
thin, and beautiful.
She
So
is.
first of all, she's just beautiful. And secondly, she's got this incredible inner beauty. Very calm person. She's opposite of me in many ways.
She is calm.
She really is. It helps around the house.
He's going to say her sweet spirit. She does have a sweet spirit.
And even now, 30-some years later, that we were dating when we were teenagers, right? We've been together a long time. She still has that inner strength and inner beauty, as well as the external beauty. Never underestimate the external beauty, ladies, because us guys...
You're so sweet.
Sorry to say that, but it's important.
Okay, so Dan says the inner and external beauty was his pick.